And I appreciate this. Okay, so as long as you can see the comments, Instagram, how's everybody doing on Instagram? Let me know if you can hear okay. YouTube, or we don't have YouTube yet?
YouTube is up.
Okay, YouTube is also up. Please let us know if you can hear okay. We're using 3 different setups and a couple different computers, so I want to make sure the volume is up on everything just in case we screwed it up on our end. Okay. I could see already some people didn't read what this is. This is about the upcoming class, so I'm not taking like, you know, can you channel my grandma? That's not this. This isn't a show. So this is actually a Q&A, and I'm going to be talking about the upcoming course. So you guys don't need to be like posting questions about your money, your love life, you know, your deceased loved ones. That's not today. That's a different show. That's called Ask a Medium. And Paul knows more about when that is. Okay. Hi, Neil. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, great. Here we go. You just tell me when to get started, Paul, and I will go ahead.
Okay, just waiting on some things here. So if you want to just give a quick intro for the class, we're ready to rock.
Okay. So welcome, everybody. I'm Ivy Rivera, Psychic Medium. I own the Ivy League Psychic Academy, an international online and in-person school here in New York. And today, what we're going to be talking about is the upcoming Psychic Mediumship course that begins on the 24th of March. So I'm going to explain what happens in the Psychic Mediumship class and take your questions about the curriculum. So many of you have a lot of questions. How does it work? How do you know that I'm ready? How can you guarantee that I'll do well at it? What abilities, you know, do I have to take this? What age is the right age? You know, all kinds of questions people have. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to address those. So while we're waiting for people to log in and we're letting Paul set up here, I want to announce that I'm doing a free cleansing training on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys can't make it, you can catch it afterward. I'll be posting it, but it's to teach you how to cleanse your house, how to kill germs, how to deal with some of this really closed in energy that we now have from the quarantine, not only in the sense of, you know, germs and health and cleanliness in the material way, but also energetic. So we're sort of talking more like paranormal, how to cleanse your space in general. So we'll be talking about Palo Santo, we'll be talking about sage, a couple other methods that you can use, and I'll be taking your questions during that time. It's totally free. It's just something I feel everybody needs right now, because as we stay like this for longer periods, things are starting to get a little bit colorful, and we need to keep that energy elevated. Okay. I also, because I've had to cancel or reschedule 5 of my upcoming public events, I've decided to do an online gallery reading. And this is going to be $15 on March 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern. You guys will get your tickets, so to speak, and we'll do it through Zoom online. Everybody gets to ask one question. It's like all of my other gallery shows, only we're in our PJs, probably, okay, with a cup of coffee at home. Couldn't really get better than that, honestly. Okay, are we ready, Paul?
We're ready.
Okay, very good. So you can just sort of raise your hand when you have a question and interrupt me, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So the reason we're here today, we're talking about the upcoming Psychic Mediumship course that begins on the 24th of March. Today is the registration deadline. Given everyone's circumstances lately, I'm actually going to extend that a couple more days. You are worried about coronavirus. You know, how can I come to class? You don't have to come to class. So Spirit warned me about 6 months ago that this was coming, and we've converted the entire school. Every class at the Ivy League Psychic Academy has been converted into a downloadable video, or you can attend online. So this is why we step forward in blind faith. At this point, we're in the clear with all of that. So we are offering it in person for a very small group of people, but you can take the classes through the video download or through Zoom. So Zoom is your online option. Paul can fill you in more on that if you've never used it. It's very, very simple. I would say it's pretty much identical to Skype. Wouldn't you, Paul?
Yeah, with a lot more added features, and I think it's a lot more user-friendly.
It's user-friendly for sure. If I can use it, anybody can use it. I think it's actually made by Skype. I'm not positive. But so anyways, you have 3 different options for attending the class. Now, for those of you who wanted to attend in person, but you're worried about going out right now, you can take the few classes online and join us just as though you were there. And then once we're allowed to meet up again, you could do that. But we will still be meeting because, like I said, it is a very small group. Okay, so you still have all 3 options as of today. Now, there are 2 pathways to learning, which means this curriculum fits everybody's lifestyle. If you only want to get the video downloads and hear the basic curriculum, you can do that and it's less expensive. If you want to actually get certified through the Academy, be able to work the monthly psychic fairs, be up for hire at the Ivy League psychic fairs that we do for different companies and businesses, and to get the one-on-one attention from myself as well as the assistant teachers to be able to actually do the readings and exercises, you're going to be choosing pathway number 2. Now, all of this information is also up on the website, ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com or ivyriverapsychicmedium.com. So if you want to understand more about the 2 pathways, you can look through there. Or obviously, we're taking your questions tonight. Now, we also have some payment options. So if you want to pay up front, that's fine. Most people choose to pay as they go. So there's that. You have lifelong opportunities for employment. We do monthly psychic fairs, and then we do for hire with those of you who do get certified through the program, where different companies, businesses, we run a lot on our own. We work at wineries and all kinds of things. People will basically come to me and they'll say, I want an Ivy League psychic fair on this date. I need 3 tarot readers, 4 psychic mediums, 2 Reiki practitioners, 1 numerologist, 1 astrologer, whatever it is. They hire, I pick you guys, and then we go work. Okay, so it's nice to always be working. We are also launching a 24-hour call center. So for those of you who get certified through the program, you'll be available to work that way as well. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the most common questions that I get in regards to this course. What age is an appropriate age? I started training my children at 3. We tend to tap into our mediumistic and psychic abilities with a major noticeable increase at 3 years old. And at about 5 and 6, and then again between 14 and 16, we see a couple more increases. The ideal age to start talking to somebody about this is 3. Just sort of engaging them, letting them know that it's okay, and to have a curious attitude about it without judgment. We do have kid classes coming up this summer again, and that would probably be appropriate for your child up to age, I think it's 11 we're doing. Okay, but at like 10, 11, 12 years old, they're ready to join this adult course. All right. Who is this for? That's another common question that I get. Who is capable of attending and actually doing well? Absolutely everyone. Absolutely. So regardless of your age, of your gender, of your experience with any of it, it is a myth that this is a gift. This is an innate ability that every soul has. So you're using it all the time, whether you realize it or not, meaning your psychic ability. That's how you're still alive on planet Earth. And spirits are communicating with you all the time, whether you're aware of it or not, because that's what they do. And it does not require that you believe it. So I don't really believe in skeptics. If they're alive, they're using it. A lot of people are just very blocked, or they don't want to embrace that this might be real. So we really have three different things that we focus on here at the Academy in this training. That's empathic ability, psychic ability, and mediumistic ability. And for those of you that are empathic, you automatically have psychic ability and mediumship to a heightened degree. For those of you that are mediums, you already have psychic ability to a heightened degree. Okay? So something to keep in mind. Who is it for? Absolutely everyone. I have most of my students honestly come in unable to deliver a single message, really lacking confidence that they could ever possibly give a real reading for a substantial amount of time. And we have a 100% success rate on their ability to do this, with the first half of the course preparing you guys to be able to give a 15-minute professional reading to the public. The second half of the course prepares you to give a 30-minute professional reading to the public. Okay, so how do you know if you're ready? So that's a really common misconception out there, is that there should be some major sign of readiness, or that some psychic or medium should come to you and tell you that you're ready. No. Everybody is ready. Anyone who is ready to learn the language, to remove the blocks that you've developed over the years, then we're ready to go. So the real signs, though, for you that you've let it go a little too far and you really should have already trained are a couple key things. Depression, anxiety attacks or an anxiety disorder, sleeplessness, chronic migraines, irritable bowel syndrome, maybe some escapist tendencies or a desire to drink or get away more than what you normally do. But also, if your dreams have reached a point where they're so active that you are having prophecy constantly, you're having vision dreams about things that are going to happen, and you're tapping into maybe past life information, you're doing astral travel, you've developed sleep paralysis or sleep apnea, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed also, in general, by other people, the minute you get around other people, you're wiped out, you're exhausted, you can't seem to get out there socially anymore and handle it, okay? It's become very unenjoyable for you. That is a sign that you are overabsorbing so much energy and you haven't learned what to do with it. It's really time to train, but really anybody who's ready. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the curriculum. So the basic curriculum is called the PSC Method, the Psychology of Spirit Communication Method. This is something that was given directly to me from Spirit. I did not take it from another training course out there. We are the only ones training this internationally. I believe it's replacing the training that was in the Old Testament in the books of Solomon for mediums that was removed and hidden. So it's a very simple method based on energy, based on physical reactions, psychology, and the language itself. The language gets broken down into three separate parts: empathic language, psychic language, mediumistic language. It's revolutionary because it's super simple and it's all the stuff that everyone else out there training is hiding. They either don't know how this works or they're deliberately hiding it away. So I've exposed all the secrets about the language. I believe it's indigenous. I believe that this is in all of our roots, and this is what we have lost touch with. When we lose touch with this language from the spirit world, from our higher mind, from our physical bodies, from our intuitive intelligence, we get sick. So this is why we have illness. This is why we have mental problems and emotional problems. People who take this course have symptoms and disorders that disappear entirely or are finally manageable for the first time with or without meds in many, many years. So What this is essentially is an exposure of all the real techniques and the real language that needs to be learned. It is not based, like every other training taught internationally today, it is not based on meditation. We actually don't meditate at all. It's not based on what I call the old school pacifist method of sitting and waiting and hoping to receive. And then even if you do, you don't know what that message was or what it really means. It's not based on any of that. This is an opportunity for you to take control and be engaged with your psychic, empathic, and mediumistic abilities. And we trigger in the course all three different areas through a series of exercises, homework, education, you working hands-on. We are working from day one. So the first night of class, you give a 5-minute reading and you receive a 5-minute reading. So there are lots of freebies with your fellow students. A big focus here on the PSC method is discernment. And I find that that's something lacking internationally in trainings today. That is a shame. We have to be mindful that there are light and dark energies in the universe, and we need to use discernment, especially in doing this work. Most trainings are not teaching that. And many more modern trainings are saying there is no darkness. That is unsafe. We do not adapt to that at all. So you'll be trained in discernment straight away. And this is also a big difference here in the PSC method is about healthy balance. So the minute you come in, we start doing an assessment on where your abilities are, where you have holes and gaps that I'm going to have to fill in and train and educate you in further. So it's modified for every student. But also I'm looking at where you're imbalanced. So if you're, let's use an example of being an empath at the level 4, and you're over absorbing so much energy from others that it's making you physically, mentally, and emotionally sick, I help you to get balanced before we open up Pandora's box and invite in more intuitive intelligence. Okay, so this is something that really needs to be handled carefully, systematically. It's progressive. It's an amazing thing. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to say about it. Oh, also, if you guys are unable to sign up for this spring session starting on the 24th, because it does run approximately 2 semesters long, the next one would be, I think it's October 7th.
I believe so.
Is that right? Okay, so we do one in the spring, we do one in the fall. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions or comments? We good to go?
Looks good to go.
Very good. So anyone who is just tuning in real quick but didn't get to catch all of this, I am going to post it up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Hope that you guys can join me tomorrow. Again, I'm doing a free class just because everybody needs it on how to cleanse your space from a paranormal, energetic perspective, but also from a health, wellness, germs, okay, type of an understanding using a couple ancient methods. And that's going to be, okay, we do have a question. I will get to that in just a second. And that is going to be on, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, 7 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. It'll go up as a video after. And then we have the online gallery to replace my 6 shows that have been canceled on March 28th at 8 p.m. for $15. We have a question?
Yeah, I'm probably going to screw the name up, but Carol Frass is wondering what time of the class is, and so I guess also how long is the semester go for?
Well, it's really 2 semesters. Mm-hmm. So in total, it's what, 28 weeks? Is that about? Okay, 28 weeks. What time? It's 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah.
Very good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you. Know that you are capable of doing this. You've been ready since before you were born. You will always be ready. You don't have to wait for anyone to tell you you are. Okay. Take care. Thanks so much.